with your controller, beat them all, and you've got a shot at Tyson's title. But for that, you've got to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Double Dragon 2, The Revenge for your Nintendo Entertainment System. The best action game ever from Acclaim.
The Legend of Zelda continues. Defeat your enemies, save the kingdom. We will. Some will help you, others will betray you. I can restore life. I can get magic. I cannot help you. Zelda! Use your sword. Find the crystals. Rescue the princess. Zelda! Zelda! Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
I decided to test Heinz Ketchup myself to see why more folks choose it. And you know what happened? Heinz didn't run. Then I tasted Heinz, because to me that's proof. One taste, and I knew which ketchup I liked best.
Unbeatably thick, rich Heinz is America's 3-to-1 choice over any other single ketchup. Taste it for yourself.
No contest.
Heinz, America's favorite for thick, rich ketchup.
Daria Manor is so cool, and I say that about every zone. The fingers are striking back. Yeah, they are, dude. Fucking the fingers are trying my butthole, man. What the fuck? We all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now, you're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. Is it a good point, though? Is it, though? No way! Don't fall for that, too, Your Honor! Oh, shit, there he is. I got him! You son of a bitch! Wait, he just tore out Connor's heart? Oh, my God! My boy Connor, dude! Wait, he didn't get in the car yet and they're driving away? You gotta take this guy with you.
Flawless work, V. Quanbo thinks your nickname should be...
They drove off without him.
So I guess he's happy.
Oh, all of a sudden he's in there.
Yeah, we're gonna take my troubleshoot a Stream Deck amazing. Yeah, there you go. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, Alvin.
No. What happened? What the fuck? What? Well, look at my car! What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. What happened, man? I just suddenly fell through the world? Oh my god. I am certain there's gonna be a dance party. Better butter that biscuit, you know what I'm saying? Oh look, those cars are inside of each other. How intimate. Well, would you look at that? Just look at it. Oh look, they're just driving through each other too. Oh, okay. And then they're all mad at each other. Yes. The proto cube. Look at that. That's a proto cube? Are you sure it's not just a proto sphere? Proto cube. Everything's a fucking cube, man. Even if it's a sphere or a cone or a cylinder, it's all cubes, baby. Soul coffee. Oh shit. Oh shit, guys. Going for it. No, not everyone's grudge, damn it. See, I should have gone for it. I should have gone for it. Damn it. Damn it. Look at all the little Rod in their little hats. Oh my god, they're so cute in their different colored hats. Look at them. All their little hats. I love it. I decided too many of them didn't have hats. I was doing one of each hat at first, and I was like, you know what? There's too many little Rotties. I gotta get them all hats. Jack's the one that's gotta fuck off, okay? You know, and it's just like, no, I just don't agree with that. You know, I like Tom, I hope the best for Tom, but he also left his baby to fucking die in the middle of the woods, so not got so many good points for you, Tom. I gotta say. You know what I mean?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Just gotta slip in a little flirtiness there. So funny. Speed running, speed running. Look out, whoa. Oh, step on me, mommy. Step on me, mommy. What is even, what? She's standing on my eyeballs, guys. Oh, shit. Oh, thank you for stepping on me. She's like fucking delinquent. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Oh, the cake one? Something something by the book, something something don't be crazy. Or I don't know. No, it's a piece of cake, the bacon pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. Come on, don't be lazy. Never make a messy recipe or else it'll end up crazy. You gotta do the cooking by the book. That's what it is. Bacon flavored maple bacon, maple flavored bacon. Dude, that one stuck on the wall is cracking me up, dude. Look how miserable he looks. He's like, oh no! Oh god, get in there, get in there! Oh! Oh, look out, I'm sorry, mister. I'm sorry, no, please, I'm sorry. I mean, what did you want me to do? What would you do? Oh gosh. Just open it, man. There's nobody in there. Just... We got another Walter, guys. It's another Walter. Oh my god, except it's his daughter. His daughter in the far future.
Are you stupid?
Just like your great-great-great-great-granddad would tell me. So you better take care of it personally. You're only making it worse for yourself. There we go. Install the malware. What? No, 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 no! Son of a bitch! Damn it! Dude, them just like suddenly getting alerted over nothing is like one of the dumbest mechanics. What? Why aren't you grabbing V? V! I don't know what the fuck you want from me, game. What am I fucking doing? Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Catch my meaning?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I come in peace. I come in peace. Damn, dude, that's my ride, dog. Damn, dog. No. I just drove right up to the back. I was like, here I am, bitches. Just fucking annihilate me. John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Is that... Wait, is that Pearls, dude? Mr. Nick? That voice. Oh my god! It's Pearls! Yay! She's okay, guys. Pearls is okay. We can relax. Everything's gonna be fine. Nothing bad is gonna happen to anyone because Pearls is here. Everything's okay. Oh man, I'm so glad it's here. Pearls! It's good. You got me. Power. I'm lost. I'm a terrible liar. I am a woman. What did that one say last time? I am a woman. Say it proud, dude. Loud and proud for everybody in the back. I am a woman. Right now, that's so funny. Please write me. I can climb on you. Hell yeah, that was intense, yeah, huh? Intense. Hello, hello! How's it going? Happy Monday, guys. We are here again for some Ace Attorney. Did I pick the wrong song? There we go. That's the song that I know. That's the one I wanted. Hey, what's up, Boona and Never? How's it going, guys? Welcome in, welcome in. I was doing some cramming trying to catch up with where we were at on this case, and I'm glad I did it. Because I want to give an okay recap so we know where the fuck is going on. Hey, what's up, Ty? How's it going, man? So let's just jump straight into the recap, shall we? But yeah, thanks again, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Monday start to your week. I hope it's starting out good, and it's going to be good the entire time. I know it, all right? Because we're starting with Ace Attorney. E-mode. This has been a nice... Hey, you're a VIP, so you get behind the curtain there, buddy. All right, let's see here. So let me start from the very beginning. We're going to go broad strokes and try to get to where we are as fast as we can. So this is a long case. So the setup for this case is Trucy and Apollo went to a Gavin Ears concert. Gavin is the prosecutor, but he's also a rock guitarist in his rock band. So we go to see his show. At his show, he has this new person that we've never met before. It's a... what am I trying to say? Like a guest, you know, like a guest star. And they wrote a song together. So he has her on stage and they sing a song that they wrote together. During the song, Gavin's guitar like catches on fire and almost like explodes or whatever and is ruined. And Lamia Roar does this cool magic thing that was supposed to happen, but the guitar thing apparently wasn't. Anyway, so throughout the show goes on after that, but then in the middle of another one of their performances, someone dies in the dressing room of the guest star. Lamia Roar is who that is. So the person who dies happens to be the manager of the guest star, and we find out that not only is he the manager of Lamia Roar, he's also an Interpol agent. So that was a bit of a, you know, left field thing to happen. So he's the victim. The person who gets accused and who is the person who is our client is Machi. Now, I haven't introduced Machi yet, but Lamia Roar, the guest, has a person who accompanies her and plays the piano, and their name is Machi. It's a very small person, and they don't speak English at all. We're also told that they're blind, but we end up throughout the case, it turns out that they're not blind, and Lamia Roar, we find out, is blind. So it's this weird back and forth with all this stuff. Sorry to hear that you've been sick since Thursday, man. But we're doing good, man. Feeling good. About to jump back into this case, man. So after that, let me see, what's the next big thing that happens? So we end up going to trial, and we hatch a lot of what we just found out, like who's blind and who is not. Oh, and then the big thing that we find out is that Lamia Roar was apparently the witness. But since she's blind, she didn't actually see it happen, but she did hear it happen, apparently. So when what she says she heard is a specific person's voice, and that person is Darian. Darian is, he's a cop, first of all, but he's also a part of Gavin's band and was apparently supposedly on stage at the time. So he says he has an alibi, but the weird thing about that we haven't really like circled back around to yet is that the guitar part for his guitar was really bad during that time frame. So, you know, either he was on stage playing guitar really shitty, or he's the murderer, I guess. But anyways, he's the one that finds out the guy's an Interpol agent too, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, so we basically put it into serious question whether or not Machi could have done it or not because of our witness, and so we have to go into another investigation phase. So during our next investigation phase, we found out quite a few things. We find out that Lamia Roar's magical teleportation event on stage was in part thanks to a famous magician, and really it's a magician troupe, but it's pretty much just one guy, but it's the Gramarye troupe. And one interesting thing about the Gramarye troupe is that it's actually where Trucy comes from. Trucy's dad used to be like the partner of, I can't remember his first name, but the Gramarye guy that we're dealing with, her dad was his partner, and so that's why she became like a magician or whatever. And that's her true dad. And she calls Phoenix daddy still or whatever, but this is her actual father, who is deceased because I think it was like they did like an illusion or something that he ended up losing his life in or something like that. But anyway, so we learned a little bit about Trucy. We learned that magic trick was helped by this man. Let me click over here. This guy is something Gramarye. See if you can see his name. But so we found that out. We also found a couple of interesting devices. We found some ignition devices. So they're these little circuit boards that have lighters attached to them, and then they can take a signal from a switch, a remote switch, to then go off. And we found one in the dressing room of the Gaviners, and we also found one in the guitar that Gavin was playing. So that's why Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And one other thing that we learned about the guitar is that the guitar that he's using was not his. It was actually Lamir Roar's. He really wanted to use it, and Lamir Roar let him use it, and then it caught on fire. So a lot of weird shadiness coming from Lamir Roar's corner with all this stuff happening. Because her lyrics, I touched on a little earlier, describe what happened that night. The fact that someone dies, and that something, you know, catches on fire, and that she flies across the stage, and like it's all part of the lyrics. And so it's really fishy. Let's see. And then the last, I think it's the last most important thing that we learned, is essentially why the Interpol agent is involved. And apparently there's this item that we learn about that comes from Borginia, which is where Lamir Roar's from. And it's this special cocoon. I think it's from like a moth or something. I don't know. It's a special cocoon, however, whatever it's made out of, that is used to cure a special disease called incuritis. You know? So it's really precious, obviously, because incuritis is incurable unless you have this cocoon. So, let me catch up on chat here. And then my guy shreds some shit riffs off of the witness stand. Hell yeah, dude, he does shred too. It's my favorite thing that he does, and he rarely does it. I want him to do it more. But yeah, he does every once in a while. We'll shred, that's for sure. Your Honor, my client was talentless to begin with. That's Phoenix for playing the piano, right? This is my second Ace Attorney stream, so that recap, whilst brilliant, just sounded like when an excited 6-year-old tells you a story about their day. Yeah, I can see that. For those of you who know these characters, hopefully it'll be a little bit more meaningful. And you know, I think some of it will hopefully still help you out, Buddha. You know what I mean? As we go through it, maybe a name will pop up and you'll be like, oh, Lamir Roar, that's who he was talking about. You know what I mean? Stick with it, bud. But anyways, so there's this cocoon that comes from this country called Borginia, and it cures some incurable disease. And so that is... Okay, this might just be my speculation, but I think it's probably that is being smuggled. I don't know if we've been told that yet, but Borginia has been involved in smuggling before in other Ace Attorney titles. So I think that the Interpol agent is probably getting involved because there is some sort of smuggling of this cocoon outside of the country, and somehow Lamir Roar or Machi is involved in that. I'm not sure. I can't be Machi, I guess, because he's our client, but I don't know. Sometimes they throw weird things out there in these Ace Attorney games, so maybe our client is guilty. I don't know. We'll see. I have no choice now. I need to understand. Yes, absolutely. And feel free to ask questions. That is fine. I know it's an emote only, but you're a VIP, so you get to do that. But I also really appreciate when you guys respect that emote only. Anyways, let me click through here, see if we can't see a little bit what I was talking about. So here's Gavin's room. Did we get to see the cocoon? Let's see if I can bring that up really quick. That's Emma. She's a detective. That's Lamir Roar. She's blind, and she's the singer. That's Trucy. Let's see. I thought we got to see the cocoon. Maybe I skipped too far ahead. Yeah, here it is. Damn it, a little bit farther back. The scrubbing on Twitch is rough. It shows it in the picture, but then I click and that's not where we're at. There it is. That was the cocoon. God damn it. There we go. Damn it. Gavin. Give me the good cocoon, damn it! You son of a bitch! Quit keeping it from me! Alright, either way. It's a cocoon, okay? We know what that is. And today we are starting as we go back into court with all this new information, which will be given context soon. So here we are, we find ourselves, let's see, we can look at the court record really quick. So let's go over our evidence. So We have our lyric sheet. Contains those weird lyrics that I told you about that describe the evening. Lamia Roar's own publicity postcard. Let's check it out. Just a picture of her painting, because she's supposed to be like a painter with sound or something is like the idea, I think. Sight singing, something. Which is ironic because she's blind. Investigation. Oh yeah, and the investigation request was that we couldn't tell Lamia Roar about anything because she was an interested party and a suspect. So that's what this was about. We got the revolver, which is the murder weapon. And it would belong to the victim. Brooch, which was Lamia Roar's, and we found it in the dressing room. Retrieved from Lamia Roar's dressing room, which is the scene of the crime. The mixing board, which shows us that guitar riff from the guitarist who might be the bad guy because the blind lady heard his voice. So that proves that his guitar riff was shitty. That's what that mixing board does. Key ring, this is Gavin's keys. They were like stolen at one point, but then we found them. He had a really bad day that day. Revolver, I barely know her. It's a little late, but we got it. Matus's autopsy report. Let's read that really quick. Sometimes it really helps me when I go over these small details again. Time of death, July 7th, between 9 p.m. and 9:30. Cause of death, blood loss due to a .45 caliber bullet wound. Time elapsed between shooting and death currently under review. Crime photo. So he had written down his number. I think is what we figured out that was. This was his Interpol ID number or whatever, and that's how we figured out officially that he's from Interpol. Diagram of the crime scene. So you wouldn't be able to see the body, basically. I think it's really the only thing here. These two X's are where the bullets were found. So one went through him and hit the wall, and the other one just hit the wall. Because he only got shot once. Here's the videotape of the singing. Pleasure, pleasure. This is when his guitar starts to catch on fire, I think. You can see the flames going now. It's glowing inside this guitar. Then he rips her clothes off. Whoosh. Whoa, whoa. It's gonna catch fire any second now. Burning onto my heart, fire. Burn my love away. Yeah, there it goes. So it's cool that we actually have like a video in this. This is the first game in the Ace Attorney series where they give you like a 3D video of something. So that's pretty significant. Yeah, there you go. Flames. This is fine. Oh, I added a new channel point item too. If you guys ever find a moment to use it, it's similar to the Zoom. It's a different version of it, basically. I got the headset. We found this in the hallway like 30 times. Receiver transmitter for voice signals with a 30-foot range. All concert staff wore one. I just don't know whose this one is. We found in the hallway. It was there like the whole night. You mean this? Drum roll. Drum roll. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't this one. We've had this one for a little bit, but hey, you know what? You can't even hear me because you're all the way back there in Twitch land, and I'm all the way out here. It's lonely out here, dude. That's not the new one though. It's a good one. And the remote trigger, yeah, I forgot. I guess I forgot to mention this in my recap. So we had those ignition devices, right? We found one in the guitar and one in the dressing room. Well, we also found, that's the new one. We also found the trigger, and it existed on the piano, which is pretty suspicious for our client because Machi is the pianist. So not good. And we also found that it would have been in range, I think, to hit the to ignite the guitar. Let's see, form diagram. This is what shows that. So here's the piano, and then like they had at one point we put like a 30 feet or 30-yard radius or whatever around it, and it could encompass both dressing rooms and the stage, I think. Thank you. I'm trying to be a good boy, dude. This game makes it hard sometimes. So here's the guitar. A gift from Lamia Roar sent from Virginia. Burned the night of the concert. I wonder why. Why was it burned? That'll be interesting to find out. You know, I don't know if we've ever examined it. Should we? There's lightly scorched. Wait. There's lightly scorched, and then there's this. Oh, I see what you're saying now.
It's burned clean through.
Yep. It's pretty much a useless piece of junk.
It's kind of like you after a trial, Apollo.
Which part? The burn clean through or the useless piece of junk? You bitch. Alright, let's see. That was the only thing we could examine. Okay. Because I think we examined it actually to find the circuit board thing. The igniter. And the replica. Yeah, this is a replica of the cocoon. Replica of a cocoon from which a remedy for incuritis, I'll never get over that one, may be extracted. We can check this out. Have we checked that? Let's take a closer look. Let's take a look under the hood. Oh, it says sample. That's pretty funny. Sample, huh? Think they put a big enough label on it?
Maybe it's to keep people from eating it by mistake.
Yes, they might think it was an otherwise tasty white lump of plastic.
Maybe it's the manufacturer. Sample toys when you can't afford the real thing.
Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would like. Igniter. All these little parts. It's pretty complex. I'm guessing this is where the fire comes out. Other than that...
Good thing machines run even if we don't know how they work. That's what Daddy always says.
Not really a saying you want to go around repeating, Tracy. It's just the same thing. So yeah, that's the igniter. We found 2 of those. Virginian newspaper. I don't remember this. Let's check this out. We got an advertisement for Lamia Roar. And there's, that's the victim. Is this like talking about the murder? Article about the, oh yeah, it's about the case. Doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamia Roar's ballad. I guess that'll matter at some point. Hey, what's up, Blue? Welcome in. Zoomies! We got another kind of zoomie as well. If you want to try that. Let's see. That's it. We're done looking at the stuff. Let's get into it, shall we? July 10th, 9:49 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. It was good to see you, Blue. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Monday.
Well, this is it.
Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you. Either of you. Huh?
Darn it! We were so close, he was about to tell us! Hey, Apollo?
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Bang! What the fuck just happened? What was that? He is heard but unseen. Who's that?
Who is that talking?
Is it the magician? Oh my god, it's the magician. A violent gramarye. Using the door like an average muggle, no less. He just used the word muggle. That's pretty funny. Hell yeah, dude. Dramatic close-up. Yeah, there you go, Blue. You found it. That is so funny. I love the Harry Potter reference. Like an average muggle.
You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valent?
A preposterous proposition. How could I stand to stand upon the stand? why, my secret would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Hello, Noah. Welcome in, dude. So good to see everybody on this wonderful Monday.
Ooh, with vanishing magic?
Indeed. I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning.
Warning? What?
A grand gramarye glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. Glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Like an average muggle. Farewell! I like that guy. Grammar is fucking awesome. Happy Justice Monday. Hell yeah, dude. Just felt like that kind of day, you know?
And there he goes.
He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing.
Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things or the Eiffel Tower, anything really.
Or making something vanish, probably, is what she's saying. So he was talking about what he's... So he was talking about what we saw at the concert.
Lamirore's disappearing act.
And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar.
I wonder what he meant by being at the root of all that has happened.
Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Here we go. Excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing at 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Oh, probably that guy that he was going to go see at the hospital. I never mentioned that. Has been time to commit unjust acts of Justice Monday. Hey, there you go, man. Whatever gets you here, dude. Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. Yeah, exactly what I thought. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son was unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. Just this morning? The Chief Justice's son.
Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go and visit him after the trial.
There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Newspaper article added to the court record. Incuritis. Where have I heard that before? That's what he has? Of course. Of course that's what he has. Here, let me fix it.
I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. I'll let you read it for us. Just leave the TV guide page to me.
Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. July 10th, 10:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say his name again? Machi Tobaye, our suspect, Fortissimo. Right. It's his trial, in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No. Well, yes. It's just... I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time.
Incuritis, was it? That article said there is no known cure.
Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite a bit of it, quite the juncture yesterday.
I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche.
That's the victim.
Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. No problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out.
Wait! That voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it.
It was him?
That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian.
No way.
Quite the drama. Romaine lettuce, I'm sobbing. That's always what they do though, right? I don't know why they would have done that this time. That's funny. And honestly, I didn't even catch that until now. So thank you. Latouche's lettuce. But they always do stuff like that. But usually it has something to do with their personality, right? I guess it doesn't always. Not always. Just randomly. That's funny. Nice one. Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darian would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Gavineers. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Air Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let us review the facts again, shall we? I feel like this is when we're gonna get the mixer out. And it's like Gavin can't deny that that guitar was bad. He's the one that pointed it out, dude. Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lamiror, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist, for a total of 5. You know, the drummer, who cares about them? The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lamiror and the defendant, Machi Tobaye, had left the stage at that point, and the Gaviners were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you.
And Apollo. You heard them too, right?
Hey, Kai the Firebird, welcome in. I sure did. Furthermore, Lamiror herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. But she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescent talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was...
Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila. A perfect alibi.
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lamiror was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections. If indeed.
Oh, Apollo! If he declares a verdict now...
But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamiror might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center?
Beepity boppity blorp.
about the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latusse's death? Eebity bleep blorp. This meeting is over.
Fuck you, Darian.
Darian? Monty was trying to tell us something. I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him. Under oath.
Very well. The court finds the defendant. What was his name again?
Your Honor!
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquise or, Mr. Justice?
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness.
Exactly who else do you need to hear from?
A witness who until now has not given a single chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English, which seems pretty messed up.
You don't mean...
I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand.
What? But he doesn't speak English. How will we understand him?
We'll use an interpreter.
Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as, I love you and where is the toilet?
Is that Professor Oak? Yeah, nice, dude. The defense would like to request Lamir Roar as the interpreter.
Lamir Roar? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual. Bravo, Air Forehead.
Air Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamiror lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamiror to the witness stand.
Air Forehead, yeah, you like that one? They always call him something. What was it that Godot called him? Well, Godot was Phoenix, but what was Godot's thing? They always call our character something. I can't remember what the other ones were. I just know they always have something. I guess Francesca's thing was just to call us a fool all the time, but she calls everybody a fool. But I can't remember what Godot was. What was his thing? But it's alright.
I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name, to begin with. If you would, Lamiror.
Yes. He says Machi Tobaye, the defendant.
This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really need an interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I would what, Your Honor?
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have to him testify about?
What do I want him to testify about?
I hadn't thought of that far yet.
Apollo! Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday?
How can I if I don't know what he was saying?
Excuse me a moment, if I might speak.
Yes, Lamiror?
Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify.
Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about?
One moment, please.
Oh, it gets quiet.
The suspense is killing me.
What?
What? What?
Well, Lamiror?
According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence.
What?
This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it!
This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means.
Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. La Mirror, I mean Machi. Please testify to the court.
Very well.
Proof of innocence. Let's see what he says, dude.
He says that the word of Mr. Latous's death came at a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, that is, he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
Oh, okay, that was his big gotcha, huh? Okay.
I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely.
I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask La Mirror to know the meaning of that song.
La Mirror!
Did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? La Mirror might be protecting the witness.
Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor.
Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday. It'll work today.
Come on, bracelet.
He says that word of Mr. Latous's death came as a great shock.
Oh, I need to get my controller going. So I can shout at it.
Hold it. Controller config.
Up. Up. Oh, come on. You don't hear my controller? Ah, shoot. Alright, we're gonna have to restart the program. I think that's usually how it works. So we'll save real quick. Close it. There we go, got it.
Were Machi and Mr. Latous close?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Damn it.
La Mirror, this is Machi's cross-examination, not yours.
Oh, she immediately answered for him.
But I knew the answer.
This is a court of law. We'll play by the book.
I understand. When Prosecutor Gavin's tough, he's really tough. It's kind of hot. Machi says he was very good friends with Mr. Latous. Mr. Latous was always a gentle man, never angry. We got along quite well. I never dreamed something like this would happen. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song...
Hold it! I don't know why I would be holding it here, but alright.
The guitar is Serenade, correct? Yes. The crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me.
Did he say that just now, or was she just answering for him? 1 second. Switching into standing mode. There we go.
That is, he could not have done it.
Hold it! Hold it!
By could not have done it, you mean? It is very simple. Machi could not have done all the things that happened that day. For all those things followed the song lyrics closely. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
Hold it! Hold it!
Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of the lyrics?
No, right? I mean...
He did know what the song was about, its mood, shall we say. This was enough to play by.
Yeah, I would think so. I would agree with that. I'm not even a magician. Or a musician. Or a magician. Here, 1 second. Hey, Alexa. Alexa. Set basement to 10%.
Okay.
There we go. What? I mean, there's magicians involved, to be fair.
I told him it was a song about a guitar in love.
That seems not like what it was about, in my opinion.
It's not actually the guitar that's in love, strictly speaking. Oh, perhaps I misunderstood.
Ah, no, not really. Yours is also a valid interpretation.
Okay?
No, it is my fault. I am too used to singing in Borginian. It is much easier than trying to understand these English lyrics. Yay, I knew he was innocent.
I believe he is too, Trucy. I do.
What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something?
Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it.
Alright, we gotta figure out when we use our bracelet. Alright, let's see here. When do they do something different in the animation? She's standing up straight. Standing up straight. Standing up straight. Just the first one, when she's any different. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it needs to be more subtle than that. But we'll check the first one. Oh no, let's look at the statement. Which statement is most likely a lie? I think it's only when we look close that we really see, like, the mannerism, right? He says that word of Miss Latu's death came to him as a great shock. Killing him truly song. I could not have done it. It would probably be this one, I would have thought. Alright, let's see. I'm looking at Machi right in the face. Wouldn't it be like a facial tick? Oh. His eyes are darting around. Right at the word English. Alright, so once it gets to the word English, that's when I'll perceive. Hear it again. He says that because the lyrics are in English. Confirm. Gotcha! Machi, my own client, I got you. Machi. You can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her that very moment Lamiror said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you?
What are you saying? Of course he can't. Bing-a-da-bong-bong.
Must he continue the charade?
Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English.
Huh?
Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all.
What? Give me a break.
Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance?
Well, yeah, but...
I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language.
Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper.
The newspaper? Oh, here we go. This is the moment where we get to show that the newspaper did not mention that. Okay, that's why that detail is on that piece of evidence. See? That's why I looked at all the evidence before we got started.
The Virginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about the case in our homeland.
I was right.
What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes. They were quite fierce all of a sudden.
Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he is lying.
Hell yeah, it is, dude. Doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamiror's ballad. Boom! We're still gonna gun safe. Take that!
I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi?
Oh, got him.
That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? Hello, Stella.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in the Borginian newspaper.
Got him! Yeah, give me a moment, so we got some momentum going. What does this mean?
But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes.
Not possible. The subject of the lyrics were not brought up in the police questioning. I read the full report myself.
So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper, and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain himself.
Machi says, he says,
Yes?
it is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember?
He says he's heard of the lyrics from me.
What? Didn't we already go over that? Is this true, Lamiror?
Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself.
Now you're just making shit up, though.
Then it looks like Air Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again.
It seems so, yes.
No! No! I was onto something, I know it! I can't let this chance slip away!
Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with the cross-examination?
What are we going to do, Apollo?
If I'm going to keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. Or else... my bracelet's still reacting.
All right, okay, I'll go ahead and do a little recap here. So, for today's stream, we found ourselves starting in the courtroom after we found out about the cocoons that cure incuritis that are from Virginia and maybe being smuggled out of the country. That was like the last big thing we learned. And that's what the victim was here for, because he was an Interpol agent, if you don't remember. So the big thing that we've gone through so far is that we found out that, first of all, I think it's going to be a big point, that the person who the judge was going to the hospital for, which was the Chief Justice's son, is in the hospital. We found out that he's in the hospital with incuritis, wouldn't you know? So that's interesting. I think that's going to come up. But so what's happened was they've now cleared Darian's alibi, saying he was on stage. I think we're still going to question that, but right now that's what's happened in court. And we, in desperation because of that alibi, called Machi to the stand because Machi didn't get to say everything he wanted to say because Darian cut him off when we were trying to question him yesterday. So we brought Machi to the stand to hopefully try to get him to say whatever he was trying to say to us yesterday, but we couldn't understand him. So now that he's been on the stand, we've basically been pinpointing the fact that he must understand English because he was reacting whenever the word English was said, while Lamiror has been interpreting for him. And so that's what we were just trying to nail him on, was like, no, you do know English, and we can prove it because, we were trying to say that, the lyrics are in English, and you must have understood the lyrics. And so if that's true, then you must have known English because you couldn't have learned them any other way. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of back and forth. But basically, in the end, we're trying to get to the point that he knows English is the long and short of what's going on right now. So, there you go. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well. Witness.
I understand.
So there must be another one where they're reacting to. It was I who explained that song, The Crime Followed the Song. Yeah, The Crime Followed the Song. This must be the one, because it's the only new one, right? Always go back. It says that because of the lyrics are in English, he does not fully understand them. Right, yeah, so this is the new one. So let's just use the bracelet on this. Machi, you son of a bitch. It was I who explained. Followed this song. Okay, so if it is this one, it wasn't his eyes this time. What else could it be? Like his mouth? I don't really get much else. I guess I could look at Lamia Aurora. She might be lying. Can I look at her? Is she a part of this? I don't know what else would end up moving. Just scanning all around. Okay, I might be on the wrong one then. This might not be the right. I just figured it would have to be on the new one, right? Stop. Maybe there was something else they lied about, and that's the thing. Let's try that one. He says that the word of Mr. Latuse's death came as a great shock. We'll try that. He's just stone-faced, dude. Alright, let's check maybe her hands or something. I don't see why it would be this one. It's just that she's in a different animation state, I guess, is what I thought. Maybe? No, they seem to be telling the truth here, I guess. So love to death came as a shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of the song... that is, he could not have done it. Maybe right here, just this small statement. Let's try that. Come on, show it to me, Machi. Well, only got so many to go. Let's see. This is the same one that we had done before. You think they'd put it on the same one? Okay, we have another one we haven't done yet. We haven't done this one yet. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, maybe this one? Nothing on Machi, at least. I feel like we're supposed to be looking at Machi, too. Alright, let me just go to the one we've already done. And maybe it was just like it was that one, we just picked on the wrong word kind of thing. It was on the word English last time. I wonder if he'll still do the eye wobble on English now. No, he's not moving his eyes now on the word English. Hear it again, I guess? Fuck, I might have to look this one up, man. Not sure what I'm supposed to be picking up on here. They don't really have much else besides their faces that I feel like would do much. Let me see. Okay, so I was right that it was the new one. Okay, I had the right intuition there. I just missed it. That's all it was. We definitely looked in that area. I feel like I wasn't perceptive enough. That's all it was. So it's... I should have remembered her tell is that. Is her swallowing. I totally forgot about that from like 2 weeks ago. Confirm. Gotcha. Tweet. Allow me to roar. I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes. You swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there is a little point in me trying to hide anything from you. Allow me to roar. Are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Allow me to roar. You're protecting... Oh shit, dude. She's protecting... Machi? I mean, that's the obvious answer. Would be Machi. She wouldn't be defending the defendant in some way with this, right? So I was like, is that too obvious of an answer? Let's try that, I guess. Take that. Take that. Take that. Let me roar. You're protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime had followed the song. Right, yeah, that's the obvious thing, right? Okay. I just thought, like, sometimes it's like they try to throw fast ones on you. And it's like, that one was a slow one. Whoops. Trip me up. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have La Mirror lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too.
I'm the main character after all. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to. Ah! He screamed in English, guys.
Witness, is this true? Do you understand English?
Yes, a little only.
What?
First he could see, now he can talk. And you? Did you know about this, La Mirror? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise.
How many secrets is this witness hiding? He probably is the killer.
This is last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those two gunshots, correct? No shit. Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk, manager, he on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then there is voice. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came to the door. Panel high up. I take off. Run away, run away. So it was you who escaped through the air vent. As the prosecution has held all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? It's not a confession, dude. No, he has clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's claiming up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from this witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no. Of course there is.
What is this cocoon anyway?
Bleekity blorp.
The cocoon, the silk is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler?
Bleebity blorp. Bop bop bleep blorp.
He won't tell me.
That cocoon has to have something to do with this.
Machi, please tell us the truth. For your own sake. No more speak, not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Air Forehead.
Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him.
Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. All right. Recess. July 10th, 11:23 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. All right, let me get a refill on my drink really quick. Get some juice.
What's he saying?
Apollo, Eustace.
Oh, he's supposed to try and say justice.
That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some.
Believe I know shooting.
Machi claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap, and he walked right into it. Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. Then, I hear voice.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound.
Hey, what's up, Papa? Thank you for the lurk, buddy. Appreciate you. That's a little warm for me right now. I'm just gonna take it off for a little bit. A little too warm in here. Put it back there. How's that?
Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Miss Latouche already dead, and then you heard gunshots?
If that's true...
So, you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vent? I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means?
Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo.
Huh? Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that?
Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from magician.
Magician? Grammary? Hmm?
Don't look at me!
A magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots?
That one's going to go over well in court. Or that one's going to go over well in court. Not.
Classic joke.
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me.
Phoenix told you that? I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. So what do we do?
You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking. No. Well, it was worth a shot.
That cocoon. Bleekalablorp. I can't go home. Can't go home? Bop bop bleep blorp bleep bloop. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right. It's punishable by death.
Seems pretty draconic.
Of course. He's scared.
Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan?
If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Right.
July 10th, 11:28 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? But I was all ready for it and everything. Shame. And here I thought that this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. A different angle?
If Machi won't testify, then I know who will.
I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, La Mirror. La Mirror? He's gonna say we already did that. What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamia testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamia was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lamia dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. He's sweating, dude. Why would anyone be out to kill Lamia Roar? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? Right? I think he's getting at the fact that Darian would be the only one that would have motive, or just at least someone around the case, you know? But I feel like it's mostly Darian, because he was the one that would know that she's actually spoke English and she actually accused him, and you know, there's like a few things stacked towards him. You don't think? I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want to get out. So am I to understand that this is what you're saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamira's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover. Exactly. If Lamia was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamira's testimony once more. Interesting. Back on the stand. Lamia, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent. And I will do all I can I will do all I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that the voice belonged to Darian Crescend, yes? That is correct. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. Uh-oh. You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice? I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. There is, it seems, much you do not know. And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court. Of course, Your Honor. What I heard. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth.
Then it is my distinct pleasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible.
Do I have to repeat myself? Lamia was attacked because of this testimony. What, Trucy?
Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examination. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Is something wrong?
I raised an objection. But she's saying the same thing she said before.
Mr. Justice?
Sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with your testimony.
Now I know what they mean by the reckless youth these days.
The one in red over there is a shining example, Air Judge.
You're the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar.
So I just need to use the bracelet then? No, because the bracelet's not active. So I guess I'm doing the right thing by pressing.
That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective.
Hold it! Hold it!
Darian Crescend? I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There was no way you could have hurt him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course. Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try.
What were they talking about? Did you hear anything else? No need. Ooh, let's save here. I feel like what were they talking about? If we get as specific as possible, that would be the best thing, right? So let's go with that.
Let me roar. Do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I have given it much reflection, but
I was afraid of this. Oh.
I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember.
I only heard one phrase clearly.
A whole phrase? You remember something that was said?
Why did you say anything yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for.
Well, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. The shooter, then.
Darian Crescend.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche?
I thought it was quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure, I would be delighted. It's very, very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony.
Maybe, Apollo? From the small window, I heard the voice say, "Press the switch now."
Hold it!
And it was Detective Darian Crescend's voice. Yes, I am sure of it.
It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that to Mr. Latouche?
Apollo! The murder weapon, the revolver, was Mr. Latouche's, right?
Yeah. What of it?
Well, maybe when he said, "Press the switch," he really meant to say, "Pull the trigger." Because his English isn't so good.
Darian Crescend is a native speaker.
Oh, right, sorry. I kind of forgot who was what.
Press the switch.
I mean, I know what switch it is. We have it in the court record. We went over at the beginning of the stream.
That's not something a killer usually says to his or her victim, is it?
Was there no one else in the room?
I do not know. All I heard was Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot.
Hold it!
Hold it. Got it. There were 2 gunshots. Yes, I heard 2. One after the other.
That fits with the bullet holes at the scene. Nothing really new here to pick up.
There was a smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but... Hold it! I don't think she said that like yesterday. Why didn't you tell someone immediately? Well,
If it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. I'm a good Samaritan. It's our duty as citizens.
This may be beside the point, but Lamiror isn't a citizen. Though one would hope such common sense prevails in Borginia as well. Lamiror seems awfully quiet all of a sudden.
That's strange. Could she be hiding something?
It is as you say, yet at the time, I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
Now, what was her hurry? That seems like new information.
Hold it! You were in a hurry. To go where? I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said.
Why are you in such a hurry then?
Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case.
It very well might. Please answer the question.
Are you all right, Lamiror? Yes. Yes, I'm just tired. Recall what I told you yesterday, Air Forehead. Lamiror suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further.
What? So he can just dismiss questions he thinks are too traumatizing?
Why don't you prove her reason had a connection to the case before asking about it, yeah?
The prosecution's objection is sustained. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your cross-examination.
Lamiror was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was, so something's got to be hidden here.
Maybe there's some detail we're missing. I guess we'll just have to get her to fill in the blanks. Right.
Okay, I still can't use my bracelet. So I still gotta press? Or I gotta present something? That's what it is, right? Old school. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage. That was when I heard them. In the small window, I heard a voice say, "Press the switch now." Let me see. Let me look at something. Present. Let me look at the diagram of backstage again. It's gonna tell me much, does it? See, this is the switch I'm pretty sure they're talking about. If they're talking about a switch, it would be this, right? But it was found on the stage. I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. I remember she left her brooch, found the crime scene, turns out it belongs to Lamiror. Nothing's jumping out at me. Let's see, let's look at the testimony somewhere. I was in a hurry, so I moved past. There's a smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I heard the faint sound of a gunshot stop, and I heard another gunshot. just say press the switch now. I almost feel like I could present the switch here, but it doesn't really feel like that's how the game works most of the time. Let me look for a hint. Oh, wow. I literally just said what I should have done. Alright, well, there we go. Learn my lesson. This didn't really sound very much like Ace Attorney. Because there's like, it doesn't seem like there's a contradiction. Alright, let's see. Let me flip it out here. This is what we're doing. We're going to push the remote trigger here. Objection! Objection! Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh. Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. But it just so happens, I have a switch right here. That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it? The problem is, actually looks a lot like a lighter to me. This was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage. The stage? Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you claiming that the voice La Mirror heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch? It's a possibility. Oh, Air Forehead. I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the court concert forum. The stage is quite far from La Mirror's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaviniers were in the middle of the concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have Air Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Well, then we got the headset, right? Everybody wore the headset? Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me. You heard what I said. Or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh, wait. You like evidence, don't you? How about this? Damn, dude, getting saucy up in here. Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room. It's talking about the earpiece. Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this? Oh, why, that's... What? What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking? No. This is a type of transmitter. A communications device. Communications device? From what I've heard, that everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes. Actually, there are, therefore, talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. True, but wait. Those send out an electric signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited.
La Mirror said it was about 30 feet, right?
Look at the cross-section diagram from the concert forum. Ah. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be. So when La Mirror heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage. Ha! You're claiming this is you're claiming this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could be placed in the pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said press the switch?
Well, I guess we don't. An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where this switch was, there's a little point in debating it.
I was sure this was the way to go with this.
What is this switch anyway? Is that Panda's Simpsons emote? I haven't seen that one in a while. Hell yeah, dude. We don't even know that basic. We don't even know that basic fact.
Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case.
What's up, Apollo? Apollo?
We know about this switch, right? We know what it is.
Yeah?
Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Justice. I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is. Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking the switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. I guess I'm going to choose the igniter, I assume. What evidence do you have to explain what this switch is? I'm gonna say it's the igniter. Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! There we go. Prosecutor Gavin, do you remember this? That's what? I can see it, it's so tiny. Is it another one of those newfangled phones? God, they make so many. This is an igniter.
What phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually. You aren't saying this switch is a remote? I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Yo, Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist this from burning down this courtroom. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected. My whiskers had caught on fire. I oughta. Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you?
Ah!
Yeah, that was the fire igniting in his fucking guitar, bro. There you go, Boona's got it. He's got the flames. Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance. Wasn't that part of the stage show, though? I thought it was pretty cool. Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned. And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right. He got it in Virginia from La Mirror. He said the sound was amazing before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Forehead. Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by La Mirror. And the guitar suddenly catching on fire. I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed, and the guitar caught fire. Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me. Put my finger on it right here. Forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong. What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin? His simple story simply doesn't... Wait. His simple story simply makes no sense. Think. That night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
That's right, of course.
Yeah, so the timing of press the switch, right? That's what he's getting at.
The guitar caught fire during Lamuro's song.
Indeed. Yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated. Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premises for this is faulty. See, this story makes no sense.
How do we straighten this out, Apollo?
Are you sure about that?
You sure about that? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's your premise for the entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act.
What's this?
But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out. And according to his testimony, Machi was in the dressing room at the time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on this headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. That's why she was in a hurry. She was in a hurry to get to the stage, right? Because she had her performance, I guess? Is that what we're getting at? Maybe? We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What?
Order, order, order. But that goes against the evidence.
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics to that song, yes?
Hey, he's right, look! The bullet is supposed to come after the fire.
Yes, for crowd order. You like that? I think was it Ty that suggested that? I need to make that like a thing that I can do on my stream. I think that'd be funny. I think I got sent the clip and everything.
You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look. Why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through. With little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason. I mean, I was just assuming. I mean, I'm just a judge. I just give my opinion. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics.
You're saying the order was reversed on purpose? Reversed? Prosecutor Gavin?
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet Air Forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullets came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective.
The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? Yeah, that explains that a lot more, because that was never explained. That moment right there was never explained. Machi and the victim were found and moved. What the hell? And Machi was unconscious. Never explained, but apparently he's the murderer. Okay. That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics the whole day. And Machi was supposed to, like, have pulled that fucking entire limp body? No way, dude. You're kidding me. You kidding me, dude? There's no way he did it, Your Honor! No way! Order! Order! I will have order! That would explain this most unusual situation. It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. It was Darian, dude. I mean, we're nailing down on the fact that it was Darian, are we not? I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good. I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic. Hey, there you go. Close. We know what you meant. They spell it weird, but I know what you meant. They spell it with a D-R-A-Y... D-R-A-Y-A-N? Drayan? Dart? D-A-R-Y-A-N? There's a Y. I think it's just the I is a Y in the game. But it doesn't matter. It still counts. But I question your logic. For it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes. A contradiction, Air Forehead. One I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lamiror have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise.
Right. Lamiror's testimony is my entire case. That voice you heard. The shooter's voice.
What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo?
Try to play it off as I'm just having my normal spelling error T. Yeah, there you go. I think you're just spelling it like the normal way. Like, that's how I would have spelled it, so I totally understand that. I just thought I'd let you know.
Look. What do we have? A man saying, press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last, but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar.
It can't all be coincidence. But how do I make it work?
I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lamiror heard the voice?
Well, maybe it was open during that time, though? Right? Isn't that, like, circumstantial? It's like, well, right after it was closed. Well, it's circumstantial, though, right?
A key point, to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice. You've got one thing to prove, and one thing only. Lamiror heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lamiror able to hear that voice?
Okay, well, I can think of something. She has divine hearing. There it is. Boom! It could just be simply that the window was actually open. What do you have to say about that, Prosecutor Gavin? I'm sure he wouldn't have anything good to say. She was somewhere else. That's the only one that makes sense to me. I was thinking maybe she had one of those earpieces on or something somehow, and she heard him through the earpiece. I don't know. But we'll go with she was somewhere else.
When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been open either, meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window.
It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian too.
That sounded kind of racist, dude. Shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Isn't there an earpiece left at the crime scene? Yeah. We already went over it, and I guess the reason why it's not even brought up as an option here is I think because we already attached it to the shooter. Maybe because we used it as evidence already. I think that's maybe just going video game mechanics wise. I think we've passed it because we've already used it. Oh, Clavier is who done it. All right, Boona, sounds good.
As I was saying, Lamia Roar could not hear the voice through that window. So there can be only one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
What's this? Maybe she was in the dressing room.
You do amuse me so.
Is that the I hate that guy? Oh yeah, is that the guitarist? So Darian's the guitarist. Well, I mean they're both guitarists, I guess, right? But Clavier is this guy. This is who Boona says is the bad guy. He's the prosecutor. Prosecutor Gavin, otherwise known as Clavier. We always call him Prosecutor Gavin, but his name tag on his word bubbles are Clavier, so it's weird. It's a little confusing. But yeah, dude, they do a pretty good job with the prosecutors. One thing I love about it, though, it has that classic anime trope that I like of, like, how the prosecutors become good guys in the end most of the time. Like, at first they're bad, but then through us, like, showing him that the truth matters more than winning matters, they end up becoming our friends, basically. At least that's what happened to... I would say that happened to Edgeworth 100%, obviously. It also happened to Francesca, but she doesn't admit it, but she does. She has helped us. And then Godot. Godot also... Well, Godot went to prison, I'm pretty sure, but he was trying to do the right thing, and he accidentally did the wrong thing. Is what happened there with Godot. But I think Godot was a good guy, though. Really been thinking it's the old Von Karma trick that the prosecutor is the killer. Yeah, because that has happened. That certainly has, for sure. I'm really feeling the Darian thing, but who knows? These games can they can switch it in the last second. So for all we know, it could be Gavin. I think we have one more case after this, so it would be interesting if Gavin was the killer somehow, wouldn't that?
But he was on stage, right? And here I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages.
This is not a funny joke, Gavin. It's just screwing me up, man.
Shall I interpret for you, Airforehead? Lamia Roar clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there was only one small window at the scene. Are you sure?
Apparently not. I went to Dom, but it could be red herring for... Yeah, absolutely. You never know.
Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene?
I feel like the thing that we haven't brought up that's going to be, like, really point at Darian is the shitty guitar part at that one part of the song that Gavin, like, it was a piece of evidence from, like, day one. I feel like that's going to come at the end and be like, see, Darian wasn't there at that time because he played a shitty guitar, so it could have been Darian, I guess. I don't know. I'm really not sure how that's going to work. Something like that, though. Anyways, the judge, he looks surprised the entire time, and it's all been an act. Never trust a man with a beard. You don't know what he's hiding under that beard, dude.
Isn't there another small window at the scene?
There is?
Ah, I know that look. He wants us to ask him, little guy. Very well. You claim Lamia heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Lamia Roar heard the voice from here.
Let's say this location.
There's another little window from the scene, so we can click this.
Window?
From the door? Because her brooch is right here, so I feel like it would be the door. She heard it from the door.
That's the thing that makes the most sense to me. That's where my brain's been going this whole time, because her brooch is right here. And she had to go get it, right? So, because she ends up opening the door at one point too, and that's when she said she lost it, but maybe it was there the whole time. I'm gonna say the door. Let's save. The fridge? Was she in the fridge, dude? Maybe she was in the vent. I mean, maybe? Isn't she blind? Couldn't she misinterpret what is a window? I mean, I don't think that's what it is, Stella. Like, I'm just thinking about like the game from the game standpoint. I don't think they would do that in an Ace Attorney game. I see what you're saying though. She is blind for sure. But yeah, maybe the vent. I know that Machi went in the vent, so I'm gonna try the door because she did claim to go through the door, but it maybe she went through there before and then she was coming back to get the brooch, kind of thing. So I think it's like when she lost her brooch that might be at the question here. Let's try it. I already saved, right? We're gonna save again. And present. Oh, the judge is not impressed. Does this look like a small window to you, Mr. Justice?
The state of modern society can be read from numerous objects and artifacts. In a sense, anything can be a window on our society. In our society? I think that was a typo.
I didn't ask you to point out a window on society. I want a window on the crime scene.
No points for trying?
The TV is a window to another world. Wait, there you go. Yeah, we get real freaking abstract with it, aren't we? He wants to see a little window. A little window. The vent is the only thing else I could think of. Let's just try the vent. I guess it's a little window, maybe? I feel like I can't even get up close enough. Or the bullet holes? How about the bullet holes? They would be little windows? I think it caught the bullets, though. Maybe? I'm gonna try that. No, because the gunshots, right? Fuck. Let's try the vent. Try the vent first. Oh, well, there we go. It was the vent. Glad I just tried that first. I thought, well, maybe they would be talking about the gunshots, but yeah, I think the order of operations did not work out there.
This is where La Mirror heard the voice from. But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
First try. Oh yeah, don't let anybody ask you different, tell you different. That was the first damn try.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Virginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine that she called an air vent a small window.
Oh, well, there you go. So it wasn't that she was blind, Stella, but she did misinterpret what a window was because she's Virginian. Okay. Hey, you were half with her.
Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous.
Yo, bitch, get out the way.
I was trying to think of a ludicrous song as soon as I could.
So, La Mirror was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical. I do not think this word means what you think it means, Airforehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? Ha, it hardly merits saying. Why would La Mirror be in a ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin.
Isn't she standing in the middle of this the whole time, just not saying anything? Yeah, the language barrier. Yeah, there you go. I thought only a child could have gotten there. Yeah, I thought that was the whole point with, like, Machi being found up in there, right? We'll see where this goes. We'll let Apollo have his moment, I guess.
Isn't it, La Mirror? You've been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes. I admit, it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need to meet an interpreter.
Damn
it. The problem here is words. La Mirror, this small window through which you heard the voice.
Was it up high on the ceiling of the room? Not low on the wall?
Yes, it was up on the ceiling.
What? That's kind of fun that they did it with the language barrier. That was kind of a cool way to put the twist in there. As they shout at each other over how fucking stupid Jesus is / isn't, right? I think that's so funny.
Order, order, I will have order.
Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you, in fact, saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact, I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure I can't.
May I remind you, this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please. Please. Tyler! Coming in with a zam. Is that like a zam, like a kablam zam, but with also like a dam?
Well, looks like I'm on the right track.
Above the ceiling, she's high above me. She's so lovely.
Oh, holy shit, look at that. What? That's a huge VIN, dude. Okay, so Scratch the small child fits in there. A fucking full-grown man could fit in there, dude. Huh? I feel like insert the fucking clip from Die Hard. Come around, have a couple of drinks. Shazam, but also damn. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Oh, thank you, Boona, for the clip. I appreciate you, dude.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice.
I wonder if I should get that Die Hard clip as something I can play just for moments like this. You know, this isn't the first time we've been in a ventilation shaft, is it?
I had heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter.
Oh, that's suspicious, dude. Bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So this did happen during the second set.
I did not witness the crime. You must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail.
That's what the cross-examination is for. Yeah, Airforehead? Our mission is in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
That's true. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. He said what we say. We're supposed to talk about the truth, right? Out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs. That's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Bruna. I can't remember what... All I remember is there's a episode of Workaholics. I think it's actually maybe the first episode. It's one of the first episodes where Blake, like, says the line, but he changes it to "we'll have a few blunts" or whatever. Because he's in a vent or whatever. They're doing a little homage to it. And I always think of that. And then that's why I think I went to beers. But no, it's a few laughs. That's what it is. You're right. You're totally right. That's funny. I need to have that one so I can just play it.
What are you going to do, Apollo?
Going to find out the truth.
She was up above the ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her.
Cross-examination. Above the ceiling.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice.
Hold it. Hold it. Above the ceiling. Could you be more specific?
I cannot.
Because you're bound to secrecy?
Yes. To tell the truth, I'm not supposed to even say I was above the ceiling. I dare not say more.
Doesn't sound like I'll be able to coax it out of her by just asking.
I had heard there was a small window there before.
Hold it!
Who'd you hear that from? Can I steal it when you get it? Yeah, sure, for sure. Maybe I can even make it a cutout where it's like he's not even in the vent. It's just Bruce Willis or whatever, just like over the game. I could even like cut it out like that. That could be kind of funny.
By small window, you mean the air vent.
I only remembered I needed to be careful of where I put my hands and feet. I cannot see the light coming through the window, of course.
The air vent grate could trip you up, certainly. It's not meant for blind people.
So I was walking very carefully when I heard the gunshots. Startled, I crouched and listened. That is when I heard his voice coming from the room.
Darian's voice.
I knew something terrible had happened yet.
Oh, makes the best assets. Oh, thank you, so. I appreciate that.
It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard.
Hold it! Hold it! So without a word, you just let the third set start?
After the curtain closed, for the second set, there was still much to do.
You could have prevented this whole misunderstanding if you had only told us sooner.
Yes. Perhaps I could have.
I see little point in badgering the witness. What's done is done. The mind works differently when one is in the middle of a performance. Why, I've lost my voice in the middle of a show and kept on singing, completely unaware.
What? Singing without a voice? If only all contradictions were so obvious. If only I could get Lamir War to talk. Pressuring her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere.
Gonna have to use the bracelet, maybe?
As to why I was there, I cannot say.
Hold it!
The God of Fire clip is still off the charts. Amazing. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I want to do more stuff like that. I just got to think of more like scenes to do that with. I should try to find more Harry Potter scenes just because I'm playing a lot of Hogwarts too. It'd be fun to do more of those. That one was just such a perfect one because it's such a funny juxtaposition with the book or whatever, like the Dumbledore ass convoy. I just think that's such a funny thing.
You heard the gunshots during the second set, during your performance. You're quite sure?
Yes. Why would I lie about the time?
Why didn't you tell us this yesterday?
No one asked me. I thought you all knew. I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times.
Yes, you did. But you never told us why.
I'm sorry. I was not able to speak of it.
Unable or unwilling?
She's not talking, Apollo. What do we do?
We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she is bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. If I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it.
But how are you going to do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up above the ceiling, too.
Yes, she could. I've got a theory as to why, too.
I know why the secrecy. The reason why it's a secrecy, okay, this is my theory really quick. The reason for the secrecy is because, what is his name? Valent Grammary? He's a magician, right? And you can't know magician's secrets, but she had to know the secret because she's a part of the trick. So because she knows the trick, she's not allowed to say it. That's my thought. A game theory. Here you go. Was one of my first assets you made for the channel, the satisfactory tinkering. It's not probably the first, because I think the first I ever made would have been something simpler, because I started with 2D, then tried to go with more like motion things, and then I stepped back down to 2D because 2D was more something I could do more regularly. So I think the first one was probably, oh man, I'm trying to think. Halo, we did some stuff with Halo where we made some assets, but it was a different type of asset, I guess, because we did the little skit, me and Vince. Yeah, Satisfactory, I guess if you're talking about that, no, it was either Satisfactory or it was Alien Isolation. Maybe Alien Isolation, or maybe even Carrion. I remember I did one for Carrion where it was motion graphics or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I did that. Those Satisfactory ones too, right? Absolutely, your acting makes me crease every time too. Oh yeah, thanks man, I appreciate it.
I got a theory as to why, too. And maybe I've got the evidence to prove it.
Alright, so what's my evidence, though? There's something with the maybe it's the tape? I don't know. I don't know, we'll think.
I'm bound to secrecy on this matter. Hold it! Exactly who bound you to secrecy? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that is all right. It is just a name after all. It was Valiant Gramarye.
Yep, boom, boom, called it.
Perhaps you know him?
Valiant Gramarye, what?
You mean Uncle Valiant?
What? A Valiant Gramarye?
Come into the coast, we get together, have a few laughs.
There you go. That's exactly the link I need. Let me copy that.
Get together, have a few laughs.
That's a great one. Oh wow, when I hover over it, it shows like a thumbnail of it. Wow. Some fancy stuff going on there. Let me just message that to myself. Thank you, Boona. I appreciate you greatly. Hide media share. Close media share. Come on. Did I forget to start it? Oh, I forgot I paused it. It's not listening to me. Hide media share. There we go. I'm going in.
I'm going in.
In isolation, I remember, I can't believe we met about 3 years ago. Half we were friends. Hell yeah, me too. Absolutely. Yeah, the Alien Isolation one, I feel like I did a really damn good job of that one too, because it was like the alien had its like, it was like dripping like spit or whatever, and I was like all like wet and sweaty, and I just look up and see it or whatever, like it was sitting in front of me the whole time. I remember really thinking I did a pretty good job on that one. Not gonna lie.
So who's Valiant Gramarye? I don't know who this man is.
A grand magician, the one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert.
Oh, he's sweating, dude.
Interesting reaction, Prosecutor Gavin. Lamuror was bound to secrecy. It's going to take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. I think I know why she was up there, but how do I prove it?
Yeah, how do I prove it? That's the problem. Let's look at the evidence. What's the newest evidence we have? Newspaper article. Article about the case. Heater, replica, Gavin's guitar, form diagram, remote trigger, headset. We received this from Valiant Gramarye. It's just the show itself, though. I guess... Is that the evidence, though? Is that enough evidence? God, this game is so hard with this sometimes. Is that enough evidence to say, like, it's the trick that's in this video? Like, is that maybe how we do it? Well, might have to try that one. It's getting about 3 years for me, too, I think. Yeah, I think so, Ty. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. Isn't that crazy to think about? It is so crazy to think of how long we've all known each other and all this, you know, all the things that we've all gone through and everything. It's cool. That's why I like having a community. So great to have all these memories with you guys. I'm an OG here. Yeah, hell yeah, Stella is an OG. She's Press Start Games OG. So's Ty. Ty, you're here when I was Press Start. I'm pretty damn sure, right? Yeah, because Vince was still here. Yeah. I've known you throughout most your college years, lol. Best online baby brother. Hell yeah, there you go. It's good. It's like so crazy to think about. Yes, sir. PSG gang. Hell yeah, bro. I'm a little newbie, and we love you, Boona. Newbies are always welcome. We want more people. More friends. All right, should we try this? Oh, I gotta know which one I'm like pushing it against, dummy. All right, hold on. Let's keep looking at the evidence. Anything else? Diagram, crime photo, Tusa's autopsy report, keyring, mixing board, brooch, revolver, investigation request, postcard, lyric sheet, attorney's badge. Okay, yeah, I think it's got to be the videotape, but against what? That is the next question. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window there before. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. This one, I guess, is what I'm going to try. Save. We're going to try this. Objection! Hold on. You catch up here. We love Dom so much, so we broke him on his birthday last year. Do we have a clip? Yeah, I think it's a highlight. Do it all stopping distraction. Oh, you're all good. Can we watch it again for this year's birthday? Oh, sure. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. That'd be nice. You can watch me cry again, I guess, huh? Yeah, I think it's a highlight, however. It's on the channel. It's a saved clip. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We definitely made sure to save that one. I think it said something about the community broke Dom or something like that. All right, so presenting. Objection! Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? Oh, shit. I'm not sure I follow you. Okay, nope. That was not it. So I was there, I cannot say. I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. I was in the middle of my performance. I wonder if I just picked the wrong statement. What else connects it to the magician? Can I present a profile? No, we don't have profiles. It's weird that they took that away. I mean, I guess they still let me do it sometimes. It's just like not an all the time thing, like the end of Phoenix Wright. All right, let's just get a little hint here. I swear to God, if I'm right and I just picked the wrong statement, I swear. Somewhere else. Okay, that's not where we are. Oh my gosh, it is the videotape. I was right. I was on the wrong statement. Oh, God damn it, dude. Gotta show the picture of the banana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, why is it this one? I have to push it on this one. As to why I was there, I cannot say, but this one isn't good enough. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. Isn't that the same thing as the last one? Dude, come on. That's so funny. I'll just take solace in the fact that at least I did have the right piece of evidence. It's just the wrong statement. Objection! Let me roar. Truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Yes, it's all right here on this video. We gotta watch it again for the 20th time. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Fly, fly, fly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where'd I go, go, go? Burning on in my heart. Fire. Burn my love away, all away. Like a bullet of love, fire. Take my life away, all away. What nonsense lyrics, dude. Guitar, guitar. That's my favorite part. Up together to the sky. If Barney the Dinosaur went into rock music, yeah, it's a little Bob Dylan-y, yeah. It's like Bob Dylan, yeah, that's what I was going for, was Bob Dylan cadence. I think I've always sung that song with a Bob Dylan cadence. Thank you for the clip, I appreciate you. As we can see, Lamia Roar was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Ah. Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lamia Roar is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation.
So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view. And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. Apollo! What, Trucy? It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules. But I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be nice. I'm supposed to be an asshole.
This is very fascinating. Bob Dylan, Barney the Dinosaur, checks out, and there you go. And how is it possible? There was only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast.
Was there a double somehow?
Gavin's like, oh damn, they're coming for my secrets. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? You seem to be sweating an awful lot.
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed.
Aha!
He's just realizing his own oversight.
Did he really, like, not think of that, though? Like, of all the things to, like, consider for the case, he did not consider the magician trick at all. Okay.
Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the backstage to the rear of the forum.
Ah! Ah!
Recall Lamirore's testimony from yesterday.
I should do my lawyer stance. Oh, I guess it's not him talking. I was going to be Apollo with my lawyer stance.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of a route this way, of this route above the ceiling.
Lamirore knew of this decision of her part in the illusion. But she wasn't the only one who knew.
What?
Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something.
Nope.
I know. I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
He said that?
Hell yeah, he did. My guy just really wants to believe in magic. Hell yeah.
Do you believe in magic? Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin?
Dude, he's sweating buckets, dude.
I knew about the Vanishing Act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me?
Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know.
Which is why he bound Lamirore to secrecy.
Well, Lamirore, I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about you.
So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused.
What's that, Your Honor?
As I said before, there was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds, tops. How could she be so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the voice.
That's a good question.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I cannot.
Very well. Mr. Justice?
Yes?
It's all up to you. Do your thing. Whatever it is you do.
What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lamirore was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Nice.
Why do I get picked on? It's Lamirore who isn't going along with the program here.
As I have stated before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail.
Fucking Valiant Grammary should be here just to spill it all out for us, dude. He wouldn't, though. He wouldn't.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Damn, dude.
Yes. If you would, please, wring it out of me.
Right.
I feel like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo.
The big illusion.
I followed the... I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There was an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice.
In 2 minutes?
Sorry. Magician's code.
Exactly. Magician's code. That's a perfect clip for that. Hide media share.
2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
Yes, it does. How will we get 2 minutes from 20 seconds? What? Got some wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff going on?
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor.
All I have to do is find the contradiction between what La Mirror is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I'm a magician after all.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey! You're supposed to be on my side here.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed.
Trucy. I love Trucy. I don't know if I could pick a favorite sidekick, but Trucy's definitely up there. She's definitely up there. She's really cool. Such a cunt, Trucy. Come on, she's just a young gal. I mean, she could really be helping us out right now, though. I will admit. Hold it! Hold it! But no one will ever be as cute and as precious as Pearls. There's no way. That's why her name is Pearly. How did you proceed along this route?
How? Why, I walked.
But you arrived behind the forum much too fast to have been walking. Tell the truth, La Mirror. You rode some kind of vehicle.
What, a vehicle? What vehicle?
Ah, a novel idea. I like it.
Hey, that's not a bad guess. Wrong, but not bad.
Yes, laugh at the dumb attorney. I don't mind.
I'm sorry, but the girl is right. That vent was much too small for vehicles. It was a tight fit. Even I had to crouch as I walked. I cannot imagine a vehicle that would fit in such a small space.
If it wasn't a vehicle, what was it?
You had me going for a while there, Mr. Justice. Too bad. That would have been pretty cool. Ready for the next part?
He's just like, hell yeah, let's fucking do this, dude. Magic.
Why do I feel like I'm on some kind of quiz show?
It does feel like that.
There was an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited.
Hold it. Did everyone on the concert staff know about the trick?
Not at all. Only a few that were needed to help. See? Like I said, it's on a need-to-know basis.
So, not many people knew about the trick.
What were these stagehands required to do?
One needed to open the emergency exit. The door to the stairs is locked, but once through there... From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage.
Hold it! When you came back out, you were behind the audience.
Yes, that is how it worked.
Not a bad show if I do say so myself.
That's Uncle Valen for you. The old grammary touch.
Not like we need to know right now or anything. Fucking magicians, yeah, right? Your fucking magician's code. Apparently it's airtight. Except for Job. Didn't Job, like, accidentally, like, break the magician's code? And so he got... I'm talking about Arrested Development here. And then he got, like, kicked out of the Magician's League or whatever, guild, I think.
But on the video, you were only gone for 20 seconds. How was that possible?
That's the part I don't get either.
Yes, it would be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds.
But she won't tell us how.
The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes.
Hold it. Hold it.
2 minutes, hold it! 2 minutes? Yes. It can be done in 1 minute if you're running.
Running? In that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling? And you're blind.
Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it would have been like dark in here. Ah, that's true, but... So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes. Though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lamiror disappears on the video for 20 seconds. She says she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
If you want my professional opinion, I'll bet there's an answer right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us. Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony. Ah.
Evidence explaining the discrepancy.
I mean, fuck, do we? It must be in the video if Trucy just said that. It's the Prestige! Yeah, she has a twin sister or something, dude. There's gotta be another person, but then why the 2 minutes at all? Why not just hide down there? I don't know. Let's see. Let's watch the video. Is it like she's got the veil on and she's not gonna have it on or something? Is there... Damn, a flaw in my plan. I mean, maybe. Leave it to an Ace Attorney game, though. To me, it would be like a mirror or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a hologram of her being up there. There's a discrepancy here somewhere. Oh, because it's mirrored, right? Am I right about the mirror? No, it's not, because that is the same, right? It's a Y, and it was a Y before? Or Y after? I think I'm wrong. I think it was still like a Y shape. Yeah, it's not weird. What would show the discrepancy? I mean, it has to be in that moment when we see her again, right? I hate how it goes back this far. Guitar. What are these nonsense lyrics? They're definitely like translated lyrics, right? Because I mean, it's a Japanese game. It's like nobody bothered to try to make it make too much sense in English. Is there like dress different or something somehow? Look at her again at the beginning. Oh, she had the pendant, the brooch, right? At the beginning, maybe at the end she doesn't have the brooch? Because the brooch is something. It shows a close-up, right? And then we'll see if it's missing. Yeah, it's gone. So maybe that? Maybe? I don't know what that shows us, but that's something. All right, hold on. Present evidence. That's not what I said. I didn't say that. All right, yeah, fingers crossed indeed. Appreciate you, Stella. Let's see. Take that. Aha! So this is it. The magical key to unlocking this illusion's dark secret. Tell us how it works, quickly. I can't bear the suspense. It's like, it's a VHS tape, Judge.
I was kind of hoping someone else would jump in at this point.
Well, you see... Judge, I do hate to spoil the mood, but I haven't the faintest idea what he's talking about, and neither does he.
I'm a little confused too there, Apollo.
Right, by which I conclude that I was wrong.
Good luck next time, Pollywog.
So that was not what I was supposed to do? Mr. Justice, I'm holding you responsible for spoiling my mood. Damn. Damn, there was like a discrepancy in there, but that wasn't what we needed right now. If my off-the-wall theory is correct, this game, man. It might be that, it might be. That's funny. Let's see, I'm just gonna get a little hint of Rooney here. Oh, jeez. I was right, but I also wasn't right. I was right that it's the brooch. I'm just supposed to present the brooch, not the video. Jesus Christ. But I guess Trucy was trying to like show me like there's a discrepancy in the video, and that's how what makes me think of the brooch, and then I present the brooch, I guess. Like, fuck, dude. The picture of the banana. It's like I always think of that video. Oh, jeez. Okay. Brooch. No, I'm not in present mode. Present evidence. It thinks when I say present evidence that I'm saying it was intense. And it's at a high confidence. That's pretty funny. I was gonna say I should make the confidence be higher, but it thought I said that at like 95%. It's so hard sometimes to find these. There it is. I'm gonna say minimum confidence level. I'll make it 90. It'll probably still go off sometimes, but that's okay. A funny one to find, huh? Little Brown Betty going on there. All right, here we go. So we're gonna present the brooch. Take that. Take that. Take that! Come on, game. Take that. Take that. There we go. We got it. Let me roar. Do you happen to remember this brooch? Select answer? What do you mean? Oh, DS screens. Yeah. Oh, like it, I'm actually saying it to it. It's trying to like to hear me. If you didn't know. But yeah, I am playing it on a DS simulator. But yeah, it's supposed to actually hear me say "take that" and stuff. When I say those multiple times, I'm trying to get it to hear me. I could just push the button though. Aha, the brooch. We saw that yesterday, did we not? That's the center of all this mystery. It was found at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now. Why? I was just saying select the answer, my bad. Oh, because I didn't show you this part of it. Yeah, my bad. I thought we had already determined when that was dropped. So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video. This is when we pointed out in the video. Oh, gosh. There it is, plain as day. Whoa, what the hell? What is this? What is this thing? This is weird. Huh? It's like a little person looking up like kind of like a shield. Like, what is that? He just paused it and that was like a little defect they made? That's funny. I feel like that's got to be like an intentional thing they made. I'm not sure though. Here you can see she's wearing the brooch. So she is. Let's look a bit later. Feels like a... Let's look a bit later, Mr. Judge.
Was she wearing the brooch by the end of the performance? I don't think so. Therefore, we can conclude something. I'm not sure what we're concluding.
What? The brooch, it's gone!
When anime first tried to go 3D and was some kind of unintentional cosmic horror. Yeah, it's like so uncanny valley, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, now it's actually getting a lot better, you know. I think there's still some 3D that doesn't look as great to me, but like they can really make 3D look 2D now, which is great. It's funny that we just like, I don't want it 3D, just make it 2D, you know. Looks like a Tamagotchi, man. Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah.
What?
Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. And it takes a full minute to run from stage to backstage. Keep stumbling. Which means there can only be one explanation. The Lammermoor we saw before the Vanishing Act and the Lammermoor we see after are two different people. That's exactly what I said. There's somebody else involved.
What?
I mean, I also said there might be a mirror. I mean, I did say that as well. The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene. And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lammermoor, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes, I think I did.
The prestige! Exactly, dude. Okay, I was wrong. Okay. Well, hold on. It could still turn around here, Stella.
Order, Prosecutor Gavin.
From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Air Judge. I, of course, knew about it.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time.
So, I was right. There was a switch.
There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lammermoor was replaced.
So that's what they mean by switch? Like it wasn't a trigger. But then you say press the switch? Okay, maybe I'm getting switch mixed up here. This is a weird language thing. I thought the second one was a man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be funny. But then, like, in the video, it looks so much like her or whatever. They would pull that shit, wouldn't they?
You would pull that horse shit. While we're on this subject, just who was this replacement, Lammermoor, and what is her number?
Why, the man behind the illusion, Valent Grammary.
Oh, it was Valent Grammary? That'd be so funny if he did want her number and it was Valent.
It was Grammary?
That's quite the illusion. But I still don't get one thing.
Yes?
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage.
That's right.
But this, our fake Lammermoor is still singing. And she's pretty good.
That's true.
Come on, Apollo. That's an easy one. They were just playing a recording.
Lip syncing, huh? Would you do that, Gavin? The Gaviners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fräulein.
No, you mean I'm wrong?
When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lammermoor.
Very well.
Yes, do tell, and add it to your testimony.
I had to keep singing even while I moved.
And that's the whole explanation? Is like one sentence that covers everything? You can tell because we suck. Hell yeah, dude. We got a recording to prove that. Hold it!
You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I used this.
That's the one that got dropped in the hallway? Yeah, you sang while running? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, she didn't run. She said you could get there in a minute if you ran, but she walked. She did say that. She walked for 2 minutes or whatever. What's weird is that she didn't even have to get to the other end. So she didn't even have to walk, right? She could have just gone off stage somehow and then just sat there and sang the rest of it while Grammary like pretended to be her. You know what I mean? Like she didn't have to go anywhere, right? Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling towards the backstage? My thing is that if she was singing, why wouldn't they hear her in the vent? Right? Like, that's interesting. How does she stop and hear the guys talking if she was singing? Is that why she couldn't? I don't know. I'm getting all screwed up. She was there the whole time. Why should it matter where I sing when everywhere I go is the same darkness? I mean, it would sound different though, right? Singing isn't light. But if you were singing while you were walking.
That's right, when the shooter and victim have heard.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
She was singing right over their heads after all.
That is right. Are you sure? You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling. Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state?
I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker? Oh, because it would have been playing what was on stage the whole time. I forgot. The backstage speaker was super loud because that's how Gavin likes it, and it was monitoring what was on stage. So they would have heard it anyway. I get it. Okay. But then how did she hear them? Like, I'm just back to still confused, though. Is this even the real Lamri War? Yes, if that's even your real name. A speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Oh, this is a past.
Ah, that's for the monitoring of the stage from this room.
Monitoring?
It pipes in real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up.
Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So Lamri Roar singing in the ceiling. Sounded just like Lamri Roar singing over the speaker. Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice.
Lamri Roar? I have just remembered something.
Do tell.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so I stopped singing.
What?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing.
What? How does that? How does that work? In voice-shin?
The song stopped?
Like Inception, but with voices, I think is what you're going for, right?
Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice.
Forehead. That mixing board I lent you. Where is it? The mixing... Huh?
That machine, Apollo! The one that breaks music into tracks.
Oh, this! I'd completely forgotten about it. See, I knew this was going to come up. I knew this was going to come up later. Not exactly how I thought it was going to come up, but there you go. You just get me, man. Hell yeah, Boone. Absolutely. Oh, here. Absolutely, brother. Let's take a listen. Oh, I can't turn down the tracks.
Sugar, sugar, oh, that night.
So at some point she's going to stop singing? What a needlessly, like, gaudy stage. The song does stop there. Oh, it did? I didn't even... I stopped paying attention. Whoops. It does? I must have missed it. Yeah, me too. Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. Pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. So is it that it wraps itself around me we didn't hear? See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. Oh, she didn't say the pleasure, pleasure part? For some reason, I thought she said that. He stole away the keys. My heart held on to so tight. Then she's supposed to say pleasure, pleasure? Pleasure, pleasure. Oh no, she says it one time. Ah. Okay. This is evidence indeed. I guess so. Only one pleasure. That's pretty sus, dude. That means she did it. It's fucking Booker, dude. Go home. Bake her away, toys. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamiror's ballad.
If that is true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
Which means that Darian Crescend could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set.
We're back in action, baby.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Our forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it's entirely based upon Lamiror's testimony.
Yes? Is there a problem with this?
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant? But you have no proof! All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear. Until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man? You don't mean...
Yes. Though he is a friend and a band member, Darian Crescend must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case?
As a suspect, to be frank.
Ooh, damn. His own bandmate.
Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescend, get ready for justice.
This is a good time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to be too. We can continue. That's where we're going to be ending it tonight, guys. Another great episode. I love this fucking game, dude. Here, I'll go ahead and pop it out of emote only mode for now. If anybody wants to say hello who couldn't before. There we go. Anybody can talk now. If anybody would like to say hello who couldn't before. Let me get my saves. Boom, 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 boom. Got 4 backups. That's how I like to do it. We're ready to go. All right. Thank you to everybody for coming to hang out with me tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here. I love this face on Lotta. It's like, thank you for the stream. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for being here. You're making it a great stream. I love playing this game. You know, I think I'm gonna try to do another day of this week, probably. It might even be Wednesday, but who knows? If I'm feeling it, Tuesday or Thursday, we might jump on it then. But other than that, I'll probably be playing a little bit more Hogwarts, and I'm going to try to find another game. I think there's another game that came out recently I'd like to try, so might be streaming something new as well soon. So there you go. Tune in next time, yes, to find out the thrilling conclusion of the Serenade of the case. Wait, what is it called? Turnabout Serenade? I don't think they actually did the Turnabout this time, did they? What is this one called? Oh, no, yeah, it is. Turnabout Serenade. Yep, okay. For some reason, I thought they dropped that. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't drop Turnabout. Turnabout Serenade. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's see if we can't find somebody to raid, huh? Do got 2 more streams scheduled this week. We got Wednesday and Friday. So we will be hanging out those nights. As well as I should be around for Strange Planet Sunday as well. We're getting pretty close to the end of Grounded. So hopefully you guys want to come hang out for that. And you know what? I'm going to throw this out there. If there's anything you guys would like to see the 3 or 4 of us, or maybe sometimes 2 of us do, we usually try to have at least 2 of us on Strange Planet Sundays. If there's anything you'd like to see us do, Strange Planet as a group, like let us know. You know, I mean, I noticed that, you know, not a whole lot of people are coming out on Sundays, and that's fine. But if there's something you'd like to see us do, let us know. We would love to do some stuff for you guys. So we're always open to suggestions. We've just been addicted to Grounded, so there's that. Let me see, who do we got online here? Quite a few people. Don Rock, Stockface Gamer. We got La Richard. We got Spoon. Hey, Spoon's playing Alien Isolation. We were just talking about the game. Confident Cows playing some Nier Automata. Burnsies playing some Resident Evil. Flex Loss playing some Apex. Ooh, old school Apex for Flex. Daedalus. That's a huge choose playing some Daedalus. There you go. Let's see. Who should we raid? There's like, I've not raided many of these people in a long time. How about we raid Richard? We haven't raided Richard in a while. Le Richard Gaming, or Games. Playing some Pokemon X, if you guys want to check out some Pokemon. Let's do that. Click into there, make sure he's not about to end or something. How long is he gonna go? Oh, he's only been going for 47 minutes, yeah. Oh, he's doing Nuzlocke too. There you go. That sounds pretty cool. I always thought the concept of Nuzlocke was interesting. Never done it myself, though. Aw, thank you, Boot. I love you too, bud. Let me see. You get the raid out here. Raid message for you guys if you want to use it. Feel free. And we'll start that raid. All right. I've been really trying to think about getting Yakuza back into my schedule. Not into the stream schedule, because I think I'm just going to try to blast through it as fast as I can to get to current, and then we'll stream it again. But I do need to jump back on... I think was I still on 5, or did I finish 5? Fuck, I don't remember. I need to jump back in where I was. Get caught up. All right, guys, thank you for joining on the raid. I really appreciate that. Let's go show another streamer some love. Richard's a great streamer. He plays a lot of a variety of games, as I do. And yeah, and he's playing some Pokemon X Nuzlocke. So let's go hang out for that. That should be fun. So until I see you guys next time, stay happy, stay healthy. I love you all, and we'll see you next time. Maybe for some more Ace Attorney. I mean, we will at some point. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.